Okay, y'all, I feel like it has been so long since I have just sat here and raved about a product. And mainly because I just have not purchased any new skincare products recently that have impressed me at all. Like, I've not gotten any wow factor. Nothing that I've tried has been better than what I was already using until I met this product right here. And if you guys are on TikTok, you have seen this. This product has been viral for probably about 3 months now. It's the Snail Mucin by COSRX. And at first when I started seeing all the videos, because I'm telling you, it was video after video after video of women just raving about this product. But all the women that were raving about the product, I felt they looked to be in their 20s and 30s. And I just thought, there is no way that my 50-year-old skin is going to benefit from the same products that a 20 or 30-year-old is going to benefit from, which is really silly thinking, because we can obviously benefit from the same products. Not all of them, of course, just because of our age and, you know, what happens to our skin as we age. But some products we can definitely benefit from, and this is definitely one of them. Y'all, I am so glad that I purchased this product. This is going to be one of those products that are going to be like, get it or regret it. I kid you not. And when I first purchased, okay, so this is my first bottle. I purchased it about a month and a half ago, and I paid $15.99 for it. Since then, I purchased this one. This one's already half gone, and it was $22.99. I purchased from the same seller, but the price went up, and I think it's probably because it's in high demand. Also, you guys, you have to go read the reviews. I want to say there's like 40,000 reviews, and they are just, everyone just raves about this product. So anyway, I bought another bottle yesterday and it was $19.99. So the price is fluctuating a little bit. So you might want to get your hands on it as quickly as possible. And you do have to be careful, because I was watching somebody on TikTok, a few videos recently on TikTok said that they purchased this. And I don't know if they just Googled it or if they use a link from whoever was talking about it, but they got something different. It was the same, it looked like the same bottle, same coloring and everything, but it wasn't made by COSRX. It was made by a different company. So I am gonna provide a link in my description box in case you wanna use it, or you can just look it up. But if you do, make sure you look up the COSRX, because I don't know if it's different or not, but I'm just going to be giving you my opinion on this one. But one thing that I did want to say is that before I purchased it, I did do a quick Google search, because like I said, I didn't think that, you know, I was unsure of whether or not I'd be able to benefit from the skincare product at all. And everything that I read about Snail Mucin and the benefits that, you know, we have to gain from putting Snail Mucin on our skin, everything was just so impressive to me. And so that's what I'm going to be sharing with you. I'm going to share with you, of course, my opinions. I'm going to share with you what I found to be impressive about everything that I read, and of course, the way that it affects my skin. I'm also going to share with you how they collect the Snail Mucin, because I think that might be important for some people, especially if maybe you're vegan or, you know, you worry about animal cruelty and stuff like that. So anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and jump in. First thing that I want to say is that I've been using this for a little bit over a month and a half now. And whenever I first started using it, I was still using some of my other skincare, especially my actives like Retin A and glycolic acid. However, for the last 1 month, one full month, I have only used this product. No actives, no other moisturizers, no other skincare whatsoever. I have literally washed my face, applied this, and that is it. And literally, it is all you need. First thing I'm gonna do, I just wanna show you kind of the texture of it, because it is definitely kind of slimy, you know, coming straight out of the bottle. Once you apply it to your face, and it's got such slip that it just spreads so easily, and a little bit goes a long way. But I was taking it. The reason I went through this bottle so fast is because I was taking it over my whole face, neck, chest, and then also my arms. Yes, I was, because that's how much I loved it. Okay, so let me just show you. I'm just gonna try to show you kind of the consistency of it. Here we have it right here. It is definitely slimy, as you can see, but it's not like a gross slimy. And I'm telling you right now, the second, here, I'm gonna put some right here. Put it on your skin. Look how easily it spreads. It spreads so easily, and you don't feel like you're spreading it too thin or anything like that. But it starts to dry immediately, and after it dries, I would say it takes maybe a minute and a half. to dry. Once it's dry, there's no sliminess, there's no tackiness, there's no greasiness. Like, you don't have to worry about your hair touching your skin or anything like that. It wears so beautifully under makeup. I have it under all of my makeup right now. It's all I have on my skin right now. I don't have any other product except for makeup, of course, but this is the only thing that I've been using, and it's literally all you need. I'm not saying that I'm not gonna go back to using my actives. I definitely want to continue to use Retin-A and stuff like that, because I think that has helped my skin for the last 20 years, you know, to look as decent as it does right now. And so anyway, but this stuff on its own is just so wonderful. I think one of the things that it does most for me is just keep my face looking moist and hydrated. And I'm kid you not, and I don't know that I've ever even said this on my channel. Like, I have pretty etched in forehead lines, so much so, and I don't ever get Botox on my forehead. So just so you know, I get Botox maybe once a year, and I usually do it right before summer. This year I actually got it in March, January, February, March. Yes, in March, because I got it right before my upper eyelid surgery, and I got it like a month before. But that's the last time that I've had Botox, and I never ever do my forehead. I've done my forehead twice in my whole life, and it was right in the beginning when I was like 36 years old. But it dropped my eyebrows, flattened them out, made my eyelid skin hang onto my eyelashes, and I just hated it. And so I will never ever do I've never done my forehead again, and nor will I ever. So I get, you know, some right here because I don't like the way that my nose thins out when I make certain expressions. And then I get a little bit right there. The least that they let me purchase is 20 units. So that's all I've ever purchased. And sometimes I even trash some of it if we've already covered all the spots that I want to cover, which is that and that. So anyway, so as you can see, I can move, you know, my whole forehead all the way around. The funny thing is that anytime that I've ever gone, like I said, once a year to get my Botox doctor always mentions the lines on my forehead and says, let's treat those. And I'm like, no, absolutely not. And he knows. I don't know why he keeps trying to talk me into it. So anyway, but as you can see, I don't know if you can see this, I still have lines there, but they are not even close to as deep as they were. And it shocks me, y'all. And right now, I feel like the only reason that I can see them is because I have makeup. I have foundation, this light foundation, though. It's this, I can't remember what it's called, Revlon Illuminance. But I've got that on my skin, and then I have powder over it. Y'all, when my face is completely clean, I kid you not, my forehead is like glass. It's literally like shiny, and I cannot see a single line on my forehead when I have no makeup on. I literally have to make all the expressions and go, oh, there they are, there they are. I'm not exaggerating at all. I've never said anything like that on my channel. I get so irritated when I hear people say, oh, and I've seen lines, you know, disappear and stuff like that. I'm like, really? Then they should be all gone if you use it for a year. You know what I mean? There's certain things that I just don't trust when people say like, oh, I've seen my crow's feet disappear or something like that. I'm like, no, I could see them getting more shallow, but just to completely disappear, I'm like, there's no way. But I'm telling you, the improvement that I've seen on my forehead is unlike anything I've ever seen. And I've been using, y'all know I use Retin-A, you know I use glycolic acid, high concentrations of like 50% glycolic acid. And it's usually right after a 50% glycolic acid peel that my forehead will look like that, but it's very temporary. And then, you know, as the skin cell turnover slows down and all that stuff, I see those lines, you know, back again. But this stuff, I kid you not, and this is why I'm so obsessed with it and I can't stop using it. I use it twice a day. However, if I get up in the middle of the night, I'm not even joking. If I get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, which is literally every night, I will take some, put it all over my face and neck and chest and go back to bed. Because I don't know what it does, because you literally cannot feel it on your skin after it dries, but you do feel it tightening almost immediately. And at first I was worried about that, because anytime I've used a product that tightens immediately, I think alcohol, oh no, it's drying out my skin, something like that. There is no way that this product is drying out my skin. My neck, I feel like looks better. You may not think so, and you know, you don't inspect my neck as much as I do, but I have like some crepiness or scaly. I always think it looks scaly, you know, same with my chest. After using this, it's less scaly and it's less crepey. I'm not saying it's completely gone away because it's only been a month and a half, but it's definitely less. And I can see visible improvement on my skin. A lot of women that I have watched their reviews, they have said that they've seen their discoloration fade. Supposedly it's supposed to be good for acne too, because it has microbial properties. So a lot of women have said it has made their acne disappear and they've never had better skin. Some women have said that their discoloration has disappeared. Like I said, they're younger. So I'm older. This discoloration that I have has been here for a lot longer and is a lot deeper probably than a 20 or 30-year-old. And my skin cell turnover is a lot slower. So anyway, that's my opinion about it. Like I said, this is one of those products that's going to be like, get it or regret it. If you don't get it, you will, I guess you're not going to regret it because you're not going to know what you're missing. But once you try it, I doubt you will ever not have it again. Like I already bought another bottle and I plan on just continuing. My daughter thinks I'm crazy because I'm just so obsessed with it. And she likes it too. I've been really trying to put it on my hands before bed. I always forget my hands. But if I want to do any type of repair, it's definitely to my hands. I'm not sure if I can do much repair. I don't have discoloration or anything. I just don't have a lot of body fat. So I have very, very visible veins. And yeah, they're real bad. My hands definitely aged me. So one thing that I wanted to tell you real fast, because I thought this was so interesting and I learned about it whenever I was trying to do my research, is that the way that they even discovered that snail mucin might be good for our skin is because all of these snail farmers, every time that they would handle the snails, they started to notice that the skin on their hands, the palms and the backs of their hands, was just a lot softer. And then they also noticed that if they had any wounds on their hands, that the wounds would heal much quicker. And I thought that was so interesting. And that's what kind of initiated this idea that snail mucin, you know, might be good for our skin. So real fast, I want to tell you the ingredients that are naturally found in snail mucin and why we stand to benefit from putting it on our skin. The first thing that it contains is hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is probably one of the best hydrating ingredients out there. It really helps our skin to retain moisture and just keep it, you know, nice and plump. It also contains glycoproteins. Glycoproteins are great for wound healing. So they help our skin to regenerate and repair itself. Then we have glycolic acid. Glycolic acid is probably one of my all-time favorite skincare ingredients out there. It's great for gently exfoliating the skin. It's great for skin cell turnover, which is something that really slows down as we age, but we want that new skin, you know, at the surface. So you always want to find products that have glycolic acid in them. And then just like glycoproteins, glycolic acid helps to just kind of renew and regenerate the skin. And then it has allantoin in it. Allantoin is a soothing ingredient. So it just helps calm our skin if there's any type of, you know, irritation or inflammation. And then it has peptides. Peptides are amino acid chains that stimulate collagen production and they help our skin just retain that its elasticity. And then last but not least, snail mucin contains antioxidants. Antioxidants are good for our bodies internally and externally. They help fight free radical damage. They help protect our skin from environmental damage, and they just keep our skin looking, you know, nice and youthful. So collectively, all of these ingredients help to hydrate, repair, regenerate, soothe, exfoliate, rejuvenate, protect our skin. And then on top of it, they help with collagen production and help, you know, our skin retain its elasticity. So there's so many benefits to gain from just applying snail mucin to our skin. Who would have thought, right? And so the last thing that I just wanted to share with you is how the snail mucin is collected. From what I read, and I want to say that I read this off the COSRX website, and the way that they collect the mucin is they have farm-raised snails. I can't remember how big they get. And what were they called? I can't remember what they were called. African something or other. Anyway, they allow them to just kind of glide over this mesh in a darkened room, and they collect the mucin from beneath. I don't know how long they're gliding around on the mesh or anything like that, but apparently no snails are harmed in the process. Now, I don't know what they do with the snails after they've collected the mucin. I'm not sure why they're growing the snails. It could be that they're gonna sell them for, you know, food, because I used to work in a restaurant that sold escargot. But, so I don't know what they do with the snails afterwards, but I know that just to collect the mucin, there's no snails harmed in the process. At least from this particular website that I read. There might be other ways that other companies collect snail mucin, but this is what I read from this particular company. So that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for being here. I'm gonna go ahead and put a link to this product in my description box. If you don't use the link, just make sure you get it from COSRX, because that is the one that's viral. That's the one that this whole video was about. I've not used other snail mucins, so I don't know, you know, I can't speak to, you know, their effectiveness or anything like that. So anyway, get it or regret it. I'm not kidding. It's so good. You are not gonna regret it. You're just not gonna regret it. So anyway, thank you so much for being here. I always appreciate your time. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. My husband and I are actually going out and celebrating our 19th wedding anniversary tonight. And it's kind of funny because my husband and I have forgotten our anniversary at least on 4 occasions. I think that this is the 4th occasion that we have forgotten it. And thank God neither one of us get hurt over it or anything like that. It's usually somebody else who reminds us that it's our anniversary, or we'll remember like 2 or 3 weeks later or something like that. And we always just end up celebrating it, you know, whenever we remember. But in this situation, my husband was actually in a group chat with my dad and my brother-in-law, and my brother-in-law was like, hey, on a lighter note, Rich, happy anniversary. And my husband's like, oh shoot. So he calls me at the grocery store, and I'm in the checkout line, and he's like, hey, what are you doing? And I said, nothing, what's up? And he said, happy anniversary. And we both just died laughing, because it's so comical at this point how many times we have forgotten. And like I said, we just don't. I feel like he's so lucky, because I don't think most guys would care one way or another, but so many girls would be so hurt if their husband forgot their anniversary. I've seen TikToks and stuff like that, and I don't know why, I think it's kind of funny, because it does not bother me in the least. Like I said, we always end up celebrating it later. We love each other. We've been married for 19 years. The fact that we forget, the first couple times we had like a good excuse, like our kids were young, we just got caught up in life and stuff like that. Now we have no excuse. But I'm not the type that is like, oh my gosh, you better celebrate me, you know? As a matter of fact, an anniversary is for couples. And I feel like a lot of times women think it's a day to celebrate them, and it's not. Women should put just as much effort into an anniversary that a man should. That's how I feel. But I'm not the type. I don't like to be celebrated on birthdays. I don't like to be I do want to get gifts and stuff like that, and maybe a nice card. Don't you dare throw me a party. Don't you dare try to send me on some wild goose chase to find my present, or try to make something really special for me. It sounds so awful. I don't appreciate that kind of stuff. I just don't. It's just not my personality. It makes me feel extremely uncomfortable, and it ruins it for me. Like, it ruins whatever it is that I'm celebrating, because it just makes me feel so uncomfortable. And anyway, that's for a whole other video, right? That's so fun. Anytime I've ever told anybody that, oh my gosh, everybody always tries to psychoanalyze it. Oh my God, it must mean this, it must mean. No, it means none of those things. I've had a wonderful life. I've never had any trauma in my life, aside from strangers, like strange men. But other than that, like family and stuff like that, no. So it has nothing to do with that, but everybody always wants to like try to dig deep and be like, oh, it must mean this about you. It must mean that you don't feel a certain way about yourself or whatever. Anyway, like I said, whole other video. So anyway, I hope you're having a fantastic weekend, and hopefully I will see you back here next week.